Hey everybody, welcome to my review of Ninjago episode 89, The Gilded Path. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe for this, basically, I would say my favorite episode. This definitely topped last episode with what happened. It was brilliant. Definitely, I'm going to give this one a 10 out of 10 because, yes, there are problems with it, but overall, definitely worth seeing. And I mean, the things that happen in it were just so heartwarming and all that. Although, for the people who were stuck around for my stream, for you guys, sorry about the whole situation with copyright. Can't do anything about it. Lego owns everything, so Lego owns it all. And, you know, I mean, I respect it. I understand their copyright issues. I get it. I mean, you know, you gotta understand. You gotta understand why they do it. You know, and I understand why I do it. But yeah. And for you guys who did watch, if you're watching this video, for you guys who did watch live stream and gang, I will not be live streaming on YouTube for tomorrow. I will be live streaming over on Twitch, which I will do a whole link video and all that, explaining that. But yeah, I'm just letting you know that's where we'll be live streaming next time, because that way we shouldn't run into that issue for the live stream. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. But anyway, moving on. Basically, this episode obviously starts off, right after the other episode with the, at the Resistance headquarters and the Sons of Gilded, basically ambushing them. And it's basically a big fight and all that. And, Killer arrives in his mask of deception? Yeah, that's what it was. And Ultraviolet arrives. She's not in the mask, so that whole intro with her wearing the Vengeance. We haven't seen her in the Vengeance mask yet. So yeah, and obviously, basically we see Dareth with his power. So obviously he does have power, although it's not really. It wouldn't be an elemental power. It's more probably just some sort of magic T power. Remember, what's his name? Klaus had magic, so it's more like magic powers from the T. But also, I think his powers is linked to his bladder, because every time he uses his powers, he ends up needing to go to the bathroom. So yeah. Also, some people think it's luck power for a certain scene, which happens later on. But anyway, moving on. Basically, the ninja and all that, the Resistance is being overpowered. Lloyd is, being grabbed because obviously Hilmy wants him alive and all that. But, Scarlet basically saves him by using her awesome Amber power, which is basically every power that she can come in contact with, including Gilded, if she came in contact with him. So, she basically kicks butt. I wasn't really a fan of Scarlet back in season 4 and when we first saw her, because, I don't know, I just didn't feel it. She didn't really have much character to her. But in this, her character progression has just improved so much, and I really like Scarlet. And people are worried she's going to betray. I don't think she'll betray. In fact, with some information from this episode, I think some other stuff will be happening, but, and it's basically confirmed. But we'll move on. I'll get to that. So, I really like Skylar in this. She's very hardcore, and yeah. So anyway, basically, we also see Luke Cunningham, who goes up to where obviously Mistake is, and she's not there. We also see a rat crawling around, which is obviously, who, but, we don't find that out until later on, but it's obviously Mistake. Pretty much everyone who watched the episode figured it out then. It makes sense. And it also kind of brings the whole thing of her being Oni into place. But also, the way this episode happens also takes away from those people who thought she was going to be evil. No. The way this happened, she won't be evil. Like, she's actually willing to reveal herself. She says she's going to tell them who she is now in the episode. So she's not evil, and I'm glad that thing. Granted, I know why people thought she was evil, but I'll explain that when we get to the end part. So obviously, with that rat thing, it's obviously also proof that the talking rat will happen. It happened. Which means Dad's got powers and a talking rat happened. Master Splinter happened, as I call it. Master Splinter. So that means the dancing, the language of the dragons is not real. So, the one that sounded more real was actually not real. It's quite funny. Although the talking about didn't seem that ridiculous. So anyway, Humi arrives in a mask of hatred because she's a woman who really has a lot of hate on her heart. She is so evil. She basically, is after Lloyd and all that and thing. Obviously, they get away. This scene right here, when I saw this, but I really thought, I'm a DC fan, so I thought the Nolan Batman movies, you remember when he's in the alley and then you see the headlights and then it basically drives out? That's what that looked like there. It looked like the Nolan Batman Begins movie scene. But anyway, so basically they escape except for, only Skylar, Lloyd, Dareth, and Neo escape. And Pixel kind of doesn't escape with them, but she does kind of get away from this part. So unfortunately, Misako gets left behind. But she'll probably go see her husband and maybe even talk some sense into him. She was doing it. Remember in what was it, episode 12? Where she went to see Gamdan during the Overlord and Stone Army thing and all that to get the helmet and all that. Yeah, it's basically going to be like that. I want to see a scene like that again. If they do a scene like that again, it'd be a little different because Gamdan's evil side is stronger at the moment, but we'll get to that in a second. So anyway, basically the fight takes place now on the road. So, the bikers are basically chasing them in their little tank thing. And they do, they take out the bikes, but then obviously Gamdan arrives and his Uni and all that. And then he basically, they fight back. But, they're not, the tank isn't definitely not strong enough to take on an Uni. So basically, he traps it under his foot. Not this foot. This is just him making the impression, but under this foot, and yeah. And they're basically getting crushed, and the tank can't withstand that type of force. So, it starts getting squished. Then Lloyd basically, uses the force to reach out to his father and, begs him to kind of hear him and all that. And for a second, it really looked like it worked. Gamdan hesitated and he looked like he was trying to lift his foot. So the good Gamdan's in there somewhere. That is absolutely confirmed now. It's not confirmed, but everyone could see it. This scene was just so much. He just brilliant. And then obviously Pixel attacks and all that. But that ends up letting them get distracted so they can get away. But at the same time, he says the word son. So this is the second time. So, the good Gamdan's in there definitely. And he's obviously getting some control back because he was literally breaking free. The distraction with Pixel obviously broke that little thing. It was really, really awesome scene to see. A lot of people actually don't like good Gamdan, and they didn't like Sensei Gamdan, but I actually like Sensei Gamdan. Yes, in the reboot season and the Tournament season, it didn't really show Gamdan just. They didn't really do a good job showing him off, but I did like his character. It's just that they didn't yet. So really the only thing was they didn't really have. Yeah. So anyway, basically, Lloyd basically and Dad basically could feel the good in his father again or something. I don't know. This confused me a little bit. And then obviously we get a flashback. Moving to the flashback. Flashback is basically Wu and Gamdan as kids with obviously their father, who is the first Ninjago master. And a lot of this scene is about them and about this is the first time we actually hear the first Ninjago master talk. And that was really amazing. We actually get to hear him talk to his sons, and that's never happened before. Not at all. Throughout all of the series, that's never happened. So that's why this episode was so amazing. We got to hear that and all that. And yeah. But there was one moment that I would say was a kind of an error or never have they obviously just didn't really look back and think about it. But if you look at Calm Down in the news show and Calm Down back then, you know something different about that? Basically, him and Wu have the same face, but he shouldn't. He's meant to have, like, Lloyd is basically made up of Calm Down as a kid with Wu's hair. That's how it was. So, he's meant to, that's how Wu Calm Down's meant to look, but they failed at that. I was a little disappointed that they failed at that and all that. So anyway, Calm Down, they needed to fix that. It actually bothered me. That bothered me. That did bring down the rating, so I would say it's maybe 9.5 out of 10. Because that did bring it down a little bit, the little error they made. Moving on, obviously after the flashback, we see Teen Wu for the first time in this season. And it's pretty cool. I didn't mind him. I still miss Kid Wu, but what you gonna do? And also, it also shows that the flashback wasn't actually a flashback. It was a flashback for us, but it was actually a dream for Wu. At the same time, they also, get found by Heavy Metal, who finds them and basically reveals some very shocking information about him. Basically, Heavy Metal, everyone thought it was a him. It's not. This is Heavy Metal. Her real name is Faith. It was a massive reveal. So yeah, that's right. Ironbound's most greatest warrior is a woman, and he makes her hide her face because, well, apparently, he it's like, really? Anyway, so basically her name's Faith, and also when she says her name, Wu remembers something that his father told him in a dream about how you need to trust faith and all that. I don't remember the saying, but it was something about faith. And so, yeah. So that night, in the first round, basically, this is actually the ending, but I'm just going to talk about it first before we move back onto the last part of Ninjago. Basically, it's them heading and pulling the speeder thing, and, Wu's sitting up there, and, they quote that this scene right here, this moment right here, is familiar to the pilot season where they're pulling that thing and Wu's basically sitting on there, old Wu. That's basically, this scene is basically that. They basically reference another thing from pilot, which was actually quite, I really like that. And we also hear the story of the Specimen Jitsu Master and the dragon. So because he was a Oni dragon, he basically bonded with the firstborn, and the firstborn gifted him with the golden armor. And he rode the firstborn. Now, to be honest, I knew that it would be something to do with him bonding with the firstborn. It's very hard to train the dragon. I mean, look, they're doing that. So basically, we hear that story, and we also hear how he was basically trying to make peace with all the realm, so everyone in the realm, and some people didn't want it, so he left. And all that, and the firstborn basically protects the armor, waiting for him to return. Afterwards, we also see these two guys who catch up and all that. And Heavy Metal goes back into a disguise to try and, trick them. But, kind of a little bit fails, so they also have to tie them up. And obviously they discover that he's a traitor. But they don't find out that he's a woman. So, they're still blind on that. But, the ninja obviously steal their speeders, including the Destiny's Wing, which you can see in the middle there, which is good because now they don't have to lug that big thing around, they can just go fast. And they speed off into the distance. And finally, we move on to the final part of Ninjago, which actually happens before the first one, but I just wanted to talk about it. So anyway, basically, it's about this. Here we see Lloyd basically burning everyone burning all their stuff to the ninja stuff, so they can't find them and they can hide amongst people. And interesting thing, his outfit must have a lot of chemicals on it because the flame turns green. And that shouldn't happen, just burning clothes. That shouldn't happen. So, there must have been a lot of chemicals on there. But anyway, we also see the rat we saw from before. We see Master Splinter walking up to them. And, Gareth basically is afraid of rats because he tries to get it. And then obviously the rat talks and all that, which is the April Fool's thing that we got, that Tommy released, on April Fool's. So anyway, that basically happens, and obviously they're kind of confused, wondering why a rat's talking to them. To be honest, if a rat's talking to you, you've gone insane. But in Ninjago, it's kind of normal. And then it obviously ends up revealing, shape-shifting and revealing it's Misako. Mistake. Why did I say Misako? And, basically this reveals that she's a shape-shifter or some sort of transforming thing. Which, the way it went, everyone thinks it could be an Oni. But granted, it might not be. Because it was light. The Onis are the opposite of light. They're meant to be dark. I mean, she's good, so she's an Oni, she's a good Oni. Okay, we know that. But still, her powers would still be Oni based, so why was it light when she was shapeshifting? That's what I want to know. But anyway, that basically does it for, my review of Ninjago episode 89. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned. And check out all my other videos because it really helps me out to see my videos, start gaining views and all that. Because the more views, which means the more revenues, which means the more I can do on my channel. But as for the live stream, which will be tomorrow for episode 90, I will not be live streaming on YouTube. I will put a video and link on that linking to where I will be live streaming, which will be over on Twitch, which is a different thing. And hopefully it actually will avoid some copyright strikes on my end. Or at least during the stream. But anyway, that basically does it for my view. So as I said, that's what's happening. God bless and happy watching. See ya. Ninjago!